Okay, the Democrats have been sort of acting wild. Crazy times in Texas. They just like folded up. They got on a private plane, a private chartered plane. Oh, just like the Dems, right? To leave Texas and go hide out in places like Illinois or other places that would take them while they were trying to have a vote on redistricting. So rather than like face the fight, right, and deal with it, they just took off. And so as a result of that, you couldn't have a quorum in Texas, which meant you couldn't have the vote. And so they've been trying and trying, and these guys are missing. So it's become a you-know-what storm in that Abbott and also Ken Paxton, they have put out issues for their arrest. They've had, people trying to hunt them down. They're like, we're going to do civil arrest because you can't just not show up for work. On top of which, we're going to fire you because, again, you can't just not show up for work. So they've been looking into the legality of all of it. And it seems that the Democrats have finally come to their senses and they've decided to return. They've decided to return. Here's the big headline in the New York Times today, just coming out moments ago. And you can see they're saying, well, so much for the walkout. They're actually going back, getting back to business, seemingly, theoretically. They're in Texas. You know who's going to have a problem with this? You know who's going to probably be out of a gig? Oh, this little woman who had that moment in the sun. Remember when she took on Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Ms. Greene for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's?
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's a
I'm
parliament.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Ms.
I
Crockett.
can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes.
She's something. I'm looking at your comments here, and one of you is pointing out that the only reason they came back is for their paychecks. That's probably it, right? 2 weeks are up. They need the paycheck. And so they're back. Did they get to take a private plane back? That's my question. Look, they lost, okay? They lost. When you go around the country, and I've shown you some of these statistics before, guys, it's really quite shocking because the Democrats have already gerrymandered like everything, every place that you can imagine. I mean, I'm looking at some of these states here. I'll show you, right? Some of these states here where you have a decent amount of Republicans, and yet you get 0 seats? Like, how is that right? I mean, they've been gerrymandering up the wazoo for how long now? You look at Connecticut, 42% Republican, and yet they have 0 seats, or Vermont, smaller, 32% Republican, yet they have 0 seats. I mean, come on. Delaware, 42% Republican, and yet they have 0 seats. So there's been a lot of gerrymandering, shall we say, to go around, and it's been happening for a whole long time. So it's kind of like payback if you think about it. And Donald Trump kind of sent out the order and said, hey, listen, guys, it's really important that we win in 2026 and we keep the House. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen. They're going to impeach me again, right? This is what they do. And this whole resist movement is about taking him down, not allowing him to have success, whether it be on the economic front, on the international front, or on the border front. So they're just going to resist. Well, this is the new map that's being drawn. And so as of today, it looks like Jasmine's going to have a really hard time getting elected again. I mean, you might actually have to do something that people want. You might actually have to stand up for things that people want, like lower taxes, like an actual border, like law and order. These are the kinds of things that voters, by the way, all nationwide, remember Electoral College and the popular vote. Donald Trump had a triumphant election. And so if the Democrats don't get their act together in some way, shape, or form, if they continue to just be like resist, 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 they're going to continue to see their brand tank. As CNN said, right, the brand itself for the Democrat Party, it's garbage. It's just garbage. They're looking at a 28% approval rating. And Peace of My Mind's pointing out that Jasmine Crockett could be their presidential candidate. It's true. Or AOC, for goodness sakes. I mean, this is where you're heading. I mean, think about what Joe Kernan was saying on CNBC. What's going to happen to CNBC, by the way, in light of all this? I kind of wonder. Are they going to be able to keep the NBC branding? I would think not. I don't think that C Now is really going to work for it, given that they have to change it all. But, you know, as Scarborough pointed out, what are you guys really, given that you just resist and good things are happening? Why are you resisting good things?
All I can tell you is that the inflation rate itself was 2.7% in the most recent read year over year, versus it got to a high of 9% under Biden. Stocks are at record highs. Unemployment is 4.2%. That's full employment. The GDP was 3%. The border is actually secure. We've got trade deals with EU, Japan, many more in the works, and trillions of dollars of foreign investment coming here. Iran's nuclear ambitions have been set back indefinitely. And I just wrote down a few things. So I just have to ask you, where is the calamity that you're talking about? And it almost seems like for Democrats, socialism is the answer to these problems. Or, I don't know, an end of democracy or something? We just don't get it.
So bottom line, in Texas, Jasmine Crockett is actually going to have to work for it. She's going to have a totally new district. She's all upset about it. But she's going to have to get elected because people see her as having the right solutions to things. And so that's happening there. Of course, California is going to want to retaliate with its thing and Indiana with its thing. But I would remind everyone, it was really critical for the Democrats to actually come back because they want to try and sue in court. And this is probably going to go up through the ranks. And so in order to have a leg to stand on, they couldn't actually be in total violation of the law, refusing to show up for work. But it shows you how childlike they really are and how this just resist movement is so pathetic and so wrong. Because you know what? We should all be working together, right, as a country. Two parties together. I love that you guys are here. Yes, everything has changed. Jeffrey, I'm looking at your comment right now. That's kind of funny. MS. NBC no more. MSNBC is bye-bye, and we knew it would happen. We'll talk some more about it tomorrow because I think that there's more coming, right? You're going to see more coming. I find it sort of funny that they put Scarborough out there to deliver the news. He's kind of he's the spokesperson, if you would, for the network right now. We'll see what Rachel says about all of this. Again, I think so many of them are now feeling the threat. I remind you to be invested in this great economy right now. Go to 76research.com, my company. Use code word dollar so you get the report for $1 a month, $1 a month for the first 2 months. Then it goes to $9.95. You can cancel anytime. You're not even going to be out $1, okay? So if you get it the first week and you hate it, let me know. We'll give you your $1 back. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll be back again live tomorrow with much more news. Saying a prayer, of course, that we get some real world peace, if you would. See you soon.